Hi there, Anne Marie here of That Girl Organizes, continuing on with Declutter Like a Mother kitchen drawers. So this will be my part 2. So here I have kind of a drink station for tea, and you'll see it is really simple. These are just some lunch notes that I have for my kiddo that sometimes I write on, although I'm not awesome at it. These are my favorite containers from Container Store. So let me show you this better. These house about 4 to 6 boxes of tea bags, and I love it because I can see what I have by color, by category if I want. I do have like the chamomile in one section, but it's super easy. This is only 12 bucks at Container Store. I have not seen another one like it anywhere else. So that is a high recommendation. I cannot find any other way to easily house loose tea, so I just keep it in the bag. I only have a couple, so it just doesn't matter, but it's neat and nice. Everything's containerized except this. That's my husband's favorite tea, and he needs to be able to see it immediately or all hell will freeze over, I'm sure. This is just my silverware drawer, so this is pretty simple as well. Just the basics, and my can opener, peeler, and our masher. So that is something we use all the time, so it has to be very accessible for us, and we just love it. And as far as silverware is concerned, I don't know why, but these suckers disappear like crazy. Oh, I hate this glass on. So what we do is we get extra sets of silverware. I donate all the forks, everything else except these buggers. Or I will order just these. Honestly, a lot of times the extra spoons cost as much as the whole set. So I ordered an extra set and I donated the rest. There are a lot of people who could honestly use silverware. They're hitting tough times. They don't have the money. They just graduated college, whatever. Bless someone else with everything extra you have. You just don't need it. Then we'll come over here to my knife drawer. You'll notice my counters do not have knives on them. I have this ugly toaster, but we use it all the time. So here are my knives, and it's super easy. We do cook a lot. This fish knife I don't use very often for cutting really thin things, but I don't need a ton of knives. If you have a good chef's knife and a good chopping knife, you are really good to go. You don't need much else. So don't think you need to purchase this huge set of 12, Henkel and Schmidt or whatever it's called. You just don't need it. That's just kind of crazy and a waste of time, money, and space. Things that I cherish. So here I just have kitchen towels. Now I have seen kitchen towels, I think the average is at least 20 in a kitchen, which I'm sorry, but that's really overkill. Super overkill. Up to at least 50. I have seen where people have 3 entire drawers full of kitchen towels. What the heck? Don't do that to yourself. You are causing yourself a lot of laundry. You are causing yourself an abundance of stuff. You don't need so much stuff. I have 4. I do laundry once a week and we are good. We don't need to do that. So this is my once in a while drawer. Everyone should have a once in a while drawer. Things you do not access very often. Here are my pot grabbers. Now this I do use all the time, but it's right next to the stove. I do not use a rolling pin very often. The marshmallow roasters, a wine thing. Candles, everyone's got them somewhere. Knife sharpener, the corn husker thing. This I do use quite often, and I think that's why it's by the sink. That's why I intended it to be by the sink. So if I throw parsley in here and string it out the other side and pull it, it all comes off. It makes it easier than cutting it, and I just keep, cilantro and parsley, just like cut flowers. Throw a little water in there, cut it off every couple of days, replace it. It stays fresh, it makes your meals really good. Here's a quick trick. This is really off topic. But onions keep growing and growing and growing. So this has been going at least 6 weeks now. It's really on its last leg here. but they just keep growing and growing and growing. So you don't need to keep rebuying onions very often. It makes life a little easier. And then here I have, we do like a little bit of baking. I do have cookie cutters and scoops for batter or ice cream. And most of those things I don't use very often, so it's nice to be put away somewhere. I have 2 more drawers, so hang on. This is my cling wrap, scissors, bee wraps, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and foil. So I have been trying really hard to get rid of plastic. Plastic is just a menace in our society, environment, health-wise. It's just nasty. So I have been using these Abigo bee wax wraps. These I really like. I've got to say the ones from Trader Joe's are too stiff. I had to donate them. I don't like them. They don't move. These actually move. To clean them, if they get really dirty, you just dip them in boiling water, let it dry. I know that's a slight pain in the butt, but so is cancer. So you've got to choose. And I've gotten rid of all the bags. I've gone through them. We used them. I chose not to donate them. The foil's almost gone, the cling wrap's almost gone. I can use a plate to cover almost anything, whether it's in the microwave or the refrigerator. I can use a glass container. There's a lot of other options out there. Foil, I do not like either. It's just, you know, it's kind of a waste, really waste. This is what I use instead. I love this. These are called sill pats or silicone pad. What do the pats stand for? I don't know. So these are silicone. These go on the bottom of any tray, any dish, and it's non-stick. It's non-toxic. It's fantastic. Love them. I got mine at Costco, but you can pick them up at any home goods store. And my last drawer. This is hardly ever used. So we have a pizza wheel, and then my submerged blender, and then the little hand blender. I hardly ever use these things, so they are off on this island because I don't really need to access them. It's a very once in a while thing for us, and keep things that are once in a while away from your main areas unless you just don't have them. I almost forgot one of the most important parts, the junk drawer, which I like to call a utility drawer because it shouldn't be full of junk, right? Just have things in there that you use daily or at least weekly. You know, tape we use really often. The tape measure always comes in handy. Sometimes people have lint on their clothes before they're walking out the door, and you know, a couple tools. So it doesn't need to be full of junk and jammed with crap that you have no idea what's in there, or there's so much you can't open the drawer. Super easy, super simple. I'm Anne-Marie Gunther of That Girl Organizes. Don't forget, get organized, stay organized, and declutter like a mother.